I haven't seen this movie in like what? I think like a year and a half at this point.
I have seen this movie twice in my life, and they were both with my grandma. She introduced me to this movie, and Robin Williams.
Was it through this film or through something else?
That's what I was trying to remember. When did I see Mrs. Doubtfire? I know I saw Aladdin when I was a kid, but I obviously wouldn't grasp the concept of Robin Williams yet. What else has Robin been in?
A lot.
I remember, though, that I'd never heard of him until after he died. Because I remember after he died, there was an episode of Conan where, like, in the middle of the taping, it got announced that he, like, stopped everything in the show and just, like, made a tribute to him.
This is unusual and upsetting, but we got some news. We got some news during the show that that Robin Williams has passed away, and by the time we tape these shows a few hours early, and by the time you see this now on TV, I'm sure that you'll know. I'm sorry to anyone in our studio audience that I'm breaking this news. This is absolutely shocking and horrifying and so upsetting on every level.
Oh yeah, he was in Happy Feet.
Is it Happy Feet?
He is in Happy Feet. I totally forgot about that, because Happy Feet was one of my childhood movies.
Which you remember nothing about.
That's right. I I rewatched it for the first time in like 10 years. Like, remembered absolutely nothing about it. I still don't remember anything about it. Oh, I did see a Good Morning Vietnam at a young age from my grandma. Dead Poet Society, I've only ever seen that once in English class. I definitely saw one of the Night at the Museum movies in elementary school.
I mean, he does have that great last line, though, I think in the first one. Or maybe it's one of the sequels.
I have no idea what I'm going to do tomorrow.
How exciting.
I've also seen his first movie, which was Moscow on the Hudson. Not a good movie. And then I've talked about before, 1 Hour Photo, which is, he nails being like a villain. He is really good at it. Really, like, he's super underrated as a villain.
I mean, he's multi-talented, that's for damn sure.
And then he also did, in 2002, he was in like 3 movies where he was the villain. He was in 1 Hour Photo, and then he was in the Christopher Nolan movie Insomnia with Al Pacino. And then he did one of the most bizarre movies ever called Death to Smoochie.
Television proudly presents America's favorite kid show host, the friendliest friend on earth, Rainbow Randolph. Featuring Angela Pike and the Twinkle Kids. Friends come in all sizes.
Death to Smoochie, directed by Danny DeVito, starring Robin Williams and Edward Norton. And it's about a children's show where Robin's like the children's show host. Edward Norton comes in and wants to replace him, and then Robin gets kicked out, and then he tries to find ways of like killing Edward Norton. One scene I remember, he like convinced him to go to a Nazi rally.
To make a dent. Go out there and hook a horn. Thanks. Hey.
It gives me great pleasure to introduce our very special guest, Smoochie the Rhino.
Hello, New Jersey. It's great to be here, kids. Sing along if you know it. Friends, we all got friends. You got me and I got you. Friends, we all need friends. It's our pals that get us through. Oh, if I had $1 for every friend I've made. You know, it's a little hard to sing to your friends when you can't see them. Look, could we just kill that spot and bring the house lights up, maybe?
I am Smoochie! Yes, I am Smoochie!
The movie is it's really bad, but it's really funny. And then I know he was in a movie in 2004 called The Final Cut, which is about like this guy who like edits like people's memories. I've heard, like, I've never seen Popeye. I know you have.
Oh yeah, he's fun in it.
Oh, I know. I totally forgot he was in Jumanji. I saw that as a kid. That might have been Jumanji. Might have been the first Robin Williams movie. for me.
That wasn't for me, I know that for sure.
What was yours?
Well, it was probably either Aladdin or Hook.
I say, like, I definitely saw Aladdin as a kid, so I guess technically that's my first Robin Williams movie. Jumanji is the first one where I at least recognized him. It's kind of it. I did summarize a lot of his movies.
There you go.
So anyway, yeah, Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting.
Written by Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
I was gonna say, wasn't it written by them? Like, I think they were in college or something.
In college, they passed it around to many studios, and almost all of them rejected it until they got to Miramax.
Oh no.
Yeah, Harvey Weinstein made this movie.
Yeah, I just kind of ignored that for like my whole.
Something that's kind of interesting about it is that in the original draft of Good Will Hunting, they wrote a gay orgy scene only because they wanted to see if a producer would find that, as a way of them knowing that they actually read the script.
That's hilarious.
And Harvey Weinstein was the only one that found it.
And he approved it.
And he approved it.
Danny Elfman did this one?
That's right. Danny Elfman did do the score for this. I remember. I also remember the soundtrack of this movie is great. It has a lot of songs from Elliott Smith, which I love those songs. And he also did the main song for this too, which was nominated for an Oscar. This came out in 97, the same year as Titanic.
And didn't Titanic win over this though?
Titanic swept.
Of course it did.
If this movie came out in 98 or 96, this could have won. It takes place in Boston, right?
I don't remember, honestly. I think so. God, he looks like such a dick. I'm sorry.
I want to punch him.
Looks like the type of guy that's like had it easy his whole life.
I remember when I first watched this, I didn't like him.
This professor?
Yeah.
I mean, Stellan Skarsgård just naturally plays unlikable dudes. I think I made mention at some point in our podcast life that he's one of those actors I wish I didn't like, but I've kind of gone back on that. He's just fine. He's just fine to me now. Like, I like him a lot in this, and he's never really had a bad performance. He's also a very smart guy.
Ben Affleck, go home. Go beat your wife.
Back to J-Lo. Oh, wait.
Oh, this is a good shot.
Yeah. Holy shit, he just solved cancer. He drew a lot of letters and numbers. He's so smart.
Come in with your 6 cents, and at the end of the week, you get your sandwich.
6 cents for sandwich. I'm rich.
Man.
That was set up for a makeout shot. What are they even doing here?
This is a math class, right?
Yeah, but like, what type of math are they doing? Is that meant to be his TA, though? Because he looks just as old as a professor. Wow, he drew stick figures. Well, I like how much the script made Ben Affleck look like a jackass.
Do you think he wrote this scene or Matt wrote the scene?
You know, I'd be surprised if Ben had the humility to write a scene like this.
The economic modalities.
You know what I'd do in this situation?
What?
Go me. I will say, one of my favorite parts about this movie is that it really feels like it's written by young men.
Yeah.
Like young writers, which is both a good and bad thing, technically, but I just can't help but kind of feel like the mix between like the sincere emotion and like the actual, like, the type of world building you'd expect, you know? That's good lighting.
This is Professor Lambeau.
This is Professor Hayes.
Yeah, you want to suck his dick more?
Time for the gay orgy scene.
It's
Well, he didn't show up for work today.
it's overdue.
It's an interesting poster above her
Funny,
bed.
good-looking guy you met at the bar the other
You just didn't acknowledge the skull on her desk.
That description.
Oh.
Do you find it hard to hide the fact that you're gay?
Based. Here's where it starts. Get the genie.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the presence of greatness. Professor
Lies. What type of, like, store is this?
This looks like a toy store.
to use the sail and then run away.
A Popeye reference.
This is a cozy little diner.
Oh no!
Yeah. Reminds me of like a little corn at the state fair, kind of.
Michelangelo. Know a lot about him.
Yeah, the turtle. See, they really did cook with his dialogue, though.
They really did.
His last breath.
This is what I mean when I say like it's written by like young men. Like there's like kind of like juvenile ways of looking at the world. Then there's this. Here's where they start getting real, though.
Yep.
I have been laid, you know.
Sure you have.
You gotta prove yourself. It's like that one like Game of Thrones line. Where it's like a king does not have to announce himself a king.
I like that sweater jacket that Robin's wearing.
If you never met your
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Hella comfy looking too. I like the way this is shot too.
There's something like super intimate about how it's shot.
I mean, it's really close. Probably helps.
Yeah.
And then we go to Ben Affleck.
He tells my uncle, stay here, don't move. So Stady goes running down the road to deal with the other accident.
He forgot his line there, didn't he?
I mean, he does have a long monologue to memorize.
I don't know. I feel like he should, if he's in like an actual movie, he should already have the type of talent to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And I would like you to give me a blowjob. I would like
We're simple creatures.
Yeah, this is written by 2 men, alright?
When Mary looks up at him and she goes, "Do it again."
That is insane.
That's insane.
Why don't we give him time to figure out what he wants?
That's a wonderful theory, Sean. It worked wonders for you, didn't it?
Yeah, it did, you arrogant fucking prick.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All men to send in, Ben Affleck is not the man you want to send in.
Come to California with me.
There are a lot of places on Earth I'd rather go than California.
Why won't you come? What are you so scared of?
I mean, have you seen California?
What are you scared of?
I remember when I first saw this, I really hated Matt Damon after this.
Yeah.
I really hated him.
Yeah, he kind of becomes
Yeah.
unlikable. I remember feeling that too when I first saw it.
I think you could show me some appreciation.
Okay, JD Vance.
Jesus.
You said thank you once this
A lot
entire
of
meeting?
times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting,
today.
have you said thank
Even
you?
today.
You know, I remember it being Ben Affleck who kind of puts him back in shape, though.
Hear that?
Of all people.
I am what I am today because I was pushed and because I learned to push myself.
So because that happened to you, that's what everyone should do?
What is that?
That's a great vest, yeah. Like a
That's-
sweater
I was
vest.
gonna say that. I was
Yeah.
gonna say that sweater looks great.
He used to just put a wrench, a stick, and a belt on the table and just say choose.
Well, I gotta go with the belt there, Vanna.
I used to go with the wrench.
Why the wrench?
Cause fuck him.
Just fuck it.
This is not your fault. Look at me, son. It's not your fault.
I know.
It's not your fault.
I know.
No, you don't. It's not your fault.
I know.
It's not your fault.
Right?
It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Don't fuck with me. It's not your fault.
Don't fuck with me, all right? Don't fuck with me, Sean. Not you.
It's not your fault.
Oh, fuck me. Yeah, I'm doing it. Yeah. That'll do it. Is this the first time you cried on the podcast?
Probably.
It's also a great shirt he has on.
It really is.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Congratulations. Hey. Good luck, son.
What I wouldn't give to have Robin Williams tell me that. It'd be so real when I say this.
Yeah.
You're one of my closest friends. I have no idea when your birthday is.
Bro. I know when your birthday is.
Let's be real, it's a little easy to remember. A masterpiece.
Very good movie.
I will admit I did see more of its flaws this time around, but I still think it's a masterpiece for what it is.
I can't say it's a masterpiece because I don't like Ben Affleck or Skarsgård.
Fair enough.
They taint the movie for me.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely see that I definitely think that their scenes hinder quite a lot of the quality technically, but I still think what this movie has to say about like
Sure.
growing from
It's got a lot to say.
not being one of those movies that like really promotes like genuine like a healthy relationship for men with mental health and how they can approach growth and healing is something I feel like we never get enough of. I find it to be very quaint in its world building, its characterizations, and doesn't mean everyone's likable. We know that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it is sincere. And of course, Robin Williams carries his legacy for the most part with his...
Yeah. The best scenes of the movie are when he's in it.
Yeah. I mean, the peaks are always with him and Matt Damon. Their chemistry is impeccable. And
they make the movie.
when it comes to the grand scheme of things, I mean, I kind of look at this movie similar to how I look at a lot of events in my life, where it's like a lot of the grander detail, or the more like a lot of details are kind of pushed in the back, but you remember the good parts. You can happily push back a lot of it, and the stuff that's great is it shines so bright.
If this didn't come out the same year Titanic won, it would have won Best Picture. I also really like this credit scene too.
Me too.
What are we rating it?
Personally, I give it a 10. That's
fair.
me.
That's fair.
And again, I say that keeping in mind all to say kind of generic world building comes to the characters. Like they're kind of like stereotypical. A lot of like the supporting cast, I feel, and that's not a bad thing. To me it's a trait of how young both Matt and Ben were when they wrote it.
Yeah.
It is something I find kind of charming. That's just me. But at the same time, Stellan Skarsgård's character could have really been written a lot better.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck could have been played by a better actor. I also find, I really wish we could have gotten a happy ending between, Skylar and Will, but that's left for us to interpret. And I'm not too sure Will really deserves it in terms of... I think in terms of the movie, she would take him back, considering that she still said she loved him before she left. Maybe that could be interpreted as her like last-ditch effort to see if he cares. Plus, God, just all the history and wisdom in Williams' performance. He was through and through a genuine man who, no matter what, you can just tell that even though he was struggling, he loved the opportunities he had.
Yeah.
And we were all damn lucky to see him do it.
I would give it an 8 out of 10.
That's totally fair. The parts that make it stand up real high, to me, they overshadow everything else.
That's fair. It's a really good movie, but like I said, outside of like the therapy things, the rest of it's kind of hit or miss.
Yeah, especially the math stuff, because it's like, oh, you're smart? Yep, that's correct. Like, it's all kind of just, like, said.
Yeah.
Music's really good. The shots themselves are, I will say, they're kind of, like, I can't find much, like, identity in them, per se.
Yeah, there's
But at the
some
same time-
shots that look really good, but then there's the rest of them are like, they could be done by any director.
It's carried by its performances and by its writing, at least the
Yeah.
height of its writing. I don't really have much left to say,
I don't know
personally.
either. 8 out of 10.
10 out of 10 from me.
Solid movie.